Protesters gather in two different parts of Omaha tonight after the Wisconsin police shooting of Jacob Blake, a 29-year-old black father. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Griswold. Protests broke out across the nation, again calling for an end to police brutality. Reporter Kent Lutzen joins us live from the Old Market tonight. Kent?
Thanks, Jenny. Jacob Blake is in stable condition tonight after being shot 7 times by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin, with his 3 children in the back seat. Now, it was all caught on a disturbing video that went viral, kind of sparking protests across the nation tonight, including here in Omaha. Now, the first one was out on 72nd and Dodge, where dozens of protesters showed up calling for justice for Jacob. Later, protesters moved to 11th and Howard and the Old Market, where we're at right now. It's kind of just wrapping up. Many here still chanting to defund the police. Now, this shooting comes just months after ongoing protests following the killing of George Floyd, and many say this is just another example of systemic racism in our country.
Even though Omaha was not a part of the police department in Kenosha, we are still overfunding our police department, which is in turn neglecting the communities, which is what we're here about. And also, we still follow qualified immunity, which is what's keeping these officers on the force because they're not being held accountable for their actions.
It looks like a movie, and to realize that it's real life, and I'm a single mom, but they still have a father, and I would hate for my children or any child to see their father shot at like that. Those children were in the car, and that's just a horrible feeling to even just think about, and just to see it multiple times, it's sad.
Now, one counter protester says he wishes Black Lives Matter protesters would educate themselves on real issues. He also went on to say that COVID-19 was not real and he did not need to wear a mask. Now, the protest here at 11th and Howard is just wrapping up, and it was peaceful the entire time. And I think that's very important to mention, Jenny, as we kind of look at the future to see if these protests will continue to throughout the week, like we did see in the aftermath of the George Floyd killing. Reporting live in Omaha, Kent Lutzen, 3 News Now. Back to you.
More on Jacob Blake now. The 29-year-old was shot several times in the back on Sunday evening. Police pulled the trigger as Blake was seen getting into an SUV, his children inside that vehicle. The officers involved have been placed on administrative leave.